Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Just Jason Leon and Friends. I'd like to introduce you to another local artist coming out of Baltimore. His music has been aired on numerous Radio 1 and Clear Channel stations, ESPN, and BET, just to name a few. I want everyone to give a warm welcome to the artist and phenom, Vargas. So what's going on, Von? How you doing, brother?
I'm good. I can't complain. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, it's everything is doing. I mean, I was gonna say as well as can be expected, but actually, to be honest, I'm just like you. I can't complain. Can't
Yeah,
complain at all.
yeah.
Uh,
No, it was hard at first when things started, but much better now. In a much
yes.
better place. Yeah.
So with all the things that are happening with COVID-19, and how the industry has kind of sort of been upended, how did that affect you, and how have you found ways to kind of work around that?
Well, I mean, it affected me because I had some things on the calendar. I had a few things lined up, and then also you already know you heard some of the work that I've been working on that I was looking forward to releasing,
Mhm.
a few singles and then, having the campaign for the entire body of work. And once we hit, it just wisdom was like, shut it down. Don't
Mhm.
try to over exert, try to push that thing out there. But
Indeed.
yeah, but it was tough. We had a lot of contracts that got shut down and things like that. And so, just really kind of thinking like, okay, well, what's the best way to maneuver? How do we pivot and stay grounded, but also stay afloat, financially and things like that. And so, lo and behold, God took care of me all my life, so he ain't stopped now. You know what I mean? So
I
I'm
feel
good.
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you. I mean, that is the story of everybody in the every pretty much everybody that I know in the industry, is that learning the art of the pivot. How do you make ends meet, and who and from a a spiritual perspective, who you're trusting in, and are you going to let this beat you, or are you going to figure out a way to work around it? And I
Yeah.
think I'm blessed in that way, that aspect as well, because God has carried us through this whole situation as well. Because as you know, being a part of Voices of Service, gigs lined up and different things happening, and you found out that you're gonna take a umpteen hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars or whatever that amount is. You're going to take that hit.
Yeah.
What first got you into music?
You know what? I can't even remember really because when I think about it, just being young,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and this is when my father told me at 2 years old, I just took a take into music. As far as I can remember, man, music has always stood out to me. Just even being a child. Some of the songs my father used to play in the house, Michael Jackson records, Prince records, and other music that he would play in the house, or Tremaine Hawkins. It was like, those songs will always stand out to me.
So, what kinds of artists, or who would you say inspires you to make music?
Oh man, it's a plethora of artists that inspire me to make music. I mean, you have your legends, of course, Quincy Jones. Um, it's a guy by the name of Bill Conti. I don't know if you're
Okay.
familiar with him, but he actually scored Rocky soundtracks and Karate Kid soundtrack. Like, I've been inspired by him. Even well, he scored the movies, but those soundtracks came from the movies. And back in the day, that's how it would really be.
Okay.
But Hans Zimmer, your greats who have passed away, Michael Jackson, Prince, um, Nat King Cole, you know, some of the older cats too, Satch Mo, like them. I still listen to them today. And then you have your younger artists, who may not be super young, but was young for me when I was coming up.
Mhm.
like your, your Nas and your Jay-Z's and your Wu-Tang Clan and all of them, and Mary J. Blige and Aaliyah, Timbaland, and then today where you have artists who groundbreaking, who people not really familiar with, um, like a lady by the name of Brooke Frazier. I think she's a great songwriter. Um, it's a girl by the name of Mari. I believe that's how you pronounce her name. She's from the UK. She has some dope music. She's a crazy songwriter. Um, it's a lot of people, man. I can't front.
For the folks that don't know or aren't familiar with you, can you describe the type of music that you create?
For me personally, I do hip hop music, you know, and as a producer, and I produce music for hip hop, R&B, some pop stuff, stuff that even some dance stuff, and this like music that I could really have fun with, and I'm not opposed to doing music that I haven't done before, or collaborating with a whole nother genre artist that that's totally left from what I do. I'm not opposed to those things because in a situation like that, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to grow, but then also willing to tap into a new market that may find something that they feel that they can grab hold on from me, unless it's something that like it has to be something that I feel like that's really hitting home. Now I just try to listen to more of a variety of music.
I want to switch gears for a little bit and ask you a question about something that's not really music related, but it has something to do with what you do. So can you tell us a little bit about maybe one or two of the other projects that you work on that aren't necessarily music related, things that you are involved in?
My wife, she has her brand, Low Bay Dangle. It's wearable art, leather accessories, and not just accessories, earrings, necklaces, bracelets. She also does scarf, like fur scarves, and you know, and she may fabricate things with leather as well.
Mhm.
But I'm the creative director of that brand, and so when it's time to do a photo shoot or something like that, I may bring a vision to her. She may have her vision too, but I may step in and say, all right, let's hone this vision. Let's make it, let's take it to the next level and things like that. And so, and I love that. You know what I mean? I'm also
Mhm.
right now I'm studying streetwear fashion online as well. So, you know, that's another thing other than music. But it goes hand in hand. Music and fashion goes hand in hand. If you could see it musically, you could see it, fashion wise. At least me, being a DJ, you
Mhm.
know what I mean? Some people they musically inclined, but they 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 may don't have the fashion sense, so they need a stylist. But for me, I love it. And so yeah, creative director for her brand, um, some other things as well.
Okay. I want to ask a question about the one of the videos I saw. Now, was there a fur scarf in that video or that fur coat that you were wearing? Whatever that thing was, it was hot. I don't know who came up with that concept.
Just me, I was, cause my brother, my older brother, he, some people was like, y'all look like twins, and so like, I'm saying, okay, well, I should get my brother to come and be in the video with me just for the fun of it, and so he said, yeah, man, I come do it, and I was like, okay, cool, and then the scarf he had on, my wife did.
For everybody listening, the video that I'm referring to is In My Own Lane. If you look at it, you're thinking that you're looking at twins, a mirror image, or something you think is doubles, but it's actually his older brother. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome because they look just alike. It's pretty interesting. But okay, let's talk about that video real quick. Who did the video for it? Who
We
actually
did. So we did it. So me and my wife. So anytime you see me in front of the camera, she's shooting. Anytime you see I'm not in front of the camera, I'm shooting. Well, that's another thing I do, do videos too. Do our own.
Okay.
Yeah.
So multi-talented. So that's something that I wanted to make sure that people got, because I know that you're multi-talented. Videos, streetwear, all of the above. You do it. You're truly what I would consider a Renaissance man. You know, very eclectic in that way. So that's one of the things. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk to you and wanted people to kind of hear that, because people don't know. Sometimes they just don't know. What else do you do? Oh, I do this. And there's one other thing that I want to mention really quickly that I think is important, because Positive Perspectives, which is my LLC, we deal with mental health and coaching, life coaching, and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that you had done something a few weeks or a few months ago in regards to the music industry and mental health care. And could you speak just a little bit about that?
And that was a program that we did in the Washington D.C. chapter of the Recording Academy. And so basically, we have been talking about a program like that for probably for 2 years, and just to kind of deal with mental health and music, because a lot of artists and not, I don't want to just say music artists, but artists in general, creative artists, creative beings, deal a lot with mental health, you know what I mean, and wanting to have their health healthy, mentally,
Right.
just because of, just for people who may not know, just because, sometimes artists maybe they have their plans and their goals and they don't pan out the way they want, and they may deal with some sort of depression or things like that. Just being vulnerable to whatever comes your way. When you put your art out there to the world, you open yourself up. You're vulnerable. And
Yes.
some people may receive it the way you want to, some people may not, and the criticism and all those different things. And so mentally you're dealing with a lot when you're in that place, especially when you're in a vulnerable place. uh, if you get like a great achievement, because I've been there when times when you had like such a huge, great achievement, it's like, oh man, you it feel like you on a mountaintop, and then
Hmm.
like the very next day, it's like somebody died. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
what happened? You know what I mean? And so,
Yeah.
but this was a program that we had for our members and for people who weren't members, just to kind of be able to come and learn and discuss these type of things that we deal with, and how can we get through some of these things. We had a couple mental health specialists there, and they were able to answer some questions and give some guidance and things like that. And so, yeah.
What advice would you give a music artist just starting in the industry, um, trying to get their feet wet, trying to understand how things work? What is some general advice that you'd give a music artist just starting out?
Yeah, I definitely would say study. Study the history of whatever sector of the industry that you want to enter in. Study the history of some of the greats, and just learn what you can learn. Um, don't make it all about money.
Mhm.
Try to do some things for others, that and not asking for things in return. Just using that as an opportunity to learn and grow. Relationships are very important. So building your network, and not coming to people asking them for things, but just kind of uh, being able to come to them and say, hey, how can I help your vision? It's something in you that I need. So what can I do to enhance your vision? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things like that. And then, and furthermore, um, constantly working at your music, experimenting, you know what I mean? Like you don't have to have it all together. You could create some things and see how it goes, maybe put it up on SoundCloud or something like that, and send it out to see what type of feedback you get. But you don't have to feel like you gotta lock yourself into a certain box or way that you feel like it has to be, without being able to learn and grow. And because you may if you do that too soon, then maybe you may find like a really that you're attracted to another genre or style of music, and then
Mm-hmm.
you know you didn't already started marketing yourself as such and such, and then now you switching it up, and people, I'm a little bit confused because I thought you did this, and so sometimes it's just kind of it takes patience. So just to be patient and learn it, grow within it, enjoy the journey because it's a journey. You gonna
Indeed.
have you gonna have your peaks, you gonna have them valleys. So you got to know that you called the door, because if you're not called the door, you won't withstand the valleys. Anybody can celebrate on the peaks. You on a peak, we can have a party. Hey, we did it. But when you hit that valley, man, if you don't know, that valley will wipe you out, and you won't get to see that other peak, or whatever other peaks or that you have to, that's in lined up. That could be maybe a week later, a week after you retired. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of, just have the patience, the endurance, consistency, persistence, all those things.
So Vaughn, we appreciate you showing up. We appreciate you, dropping some pearls of wisdom. So where can we find all things Von Vargas on social media?
Well, first, my real estate, which is vonvargas.com. That's my real estate. And then if you go to vonvargas.com, you can find me anywhere else from there: LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook. But if you're on Facebook, Facebook /Von Vargas Music, or Instagram, Von Vargas, BonVargas, LinkedIn, Von Vargas.
Okay, roger that. We appreciate that, bro.
Yeah. And check out the new video, In My Own Lane, which is you'll be able to see on this show today.
Not your average, I'm not you savages. I ain't for static and I'm into cabbage bin. Cut from a different fabric, cut like them carrots. Being so factual, I'm authentic, no plastic. That's a trendsetter, jet setting. Been better, that's vetting. My own lane, no question, no stressing. In the light, so don't test them. So freshin', been around, so no freshman. Great beard on the chin, revered poignant. Distinguished and gent, yup, here monument. Too smooth for the new school, school a new school. Move cool for your new rules, we do the true moves. He low-key rock ya, he one lava. Fave on that sun hotter, a done data. OG's got him, then a cold hard bottom. Won't stop him, when a yo flow pop ain't ton of problem.
I'm in my own lane, I can never change to another.
And it goes, it goes.
Fly like an airplane, I'm in the air and I love it.
Wave, and it goes, it goes.
I'm in my own lane, I can never change to another.
And it goes, it goes.
Fly like an airplane, I'm in the air and I love it.
Yeah, V lit on him, split splat and drip on him. He get anointed, turn heads to dip on him. Spitting mornings just to fix the morning. From them hammers making garners and without the warning, we on it with a 6-take mistake or slow nudge. Take 6 on the display, show love, go buzz, echelon, show up. And so peace for a street sweeping, no slugs. I'd rather break bread so we could break bread eating. Could wear a piece of black tie fly, reserve seating. Life too short, sport life is too fleeting. So I greet queens and kings with true greeting. What up, fly queen? Use a fly preen. So how make your wings flap and fly stream. I hate that rappers dish you on web worldwide streams. No need to worry, I got you. Here's a fly team.
I'm in my own lane, I can never change
Waves,
to another.
and it goes, it goes.
Fly like an airplane, I'm in the air and I love it.
And it goes, it goes.
I'm in my own lane, I can never change to
Waves,
another.
and it goes, it goes.
Fly like an airplane.